Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to another in the series Engage Your Drive Time Lifestyle and Entertainment Choice right here on the Family Station Love 101. It's a new month, and I say happy new month to the Engage fam. It's officially the month of summer. Is that how you see June? Why do you always start with a blank page? Why do you not start friendly?
Because I'm doing a million things in here. Don't you know that?
You should prepare for the entrance. You should prepare for the
Really?
entrance.
But I'm the only one here, right?
You can always go off after. We should prepare for the entrance so that we can have a conversation properly, seeing each other. Anyway,
No, you're opening the show. It's not my time.
it's your time now because I'm now engaging in a conversation, so it's your time.
No. Open the show properly is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you happy now?
Okay, what's that? Yeah, what is that? The sort of that's your dance hall. You know when the dance hall artists dress up? That's the sort of thing they're wearing. Okay, you still need to have some swag. Is that what you?
I always have swag.
Of course.
I'm never old.
I don't know. I'm gonna put a stop to this. Whether you see June as the beginning of summer, is that how you see it?
It is. It's also the beginning of the hurricane season.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Remind us.
Yes, I have to.
Remind us of that.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I guess it's technically the beginning of summer. Because I guess summer has 3 months, eh?
So it starts what, June 21?
Summer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
June 21.
And ends when? And ends in September or is it
in August. Ends August.
Okay.
Because some schools reopen in August. Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
yeah, so August. So you'd say, would you count June? I guess.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. I guess you could count June.
I guess you could count June. So June 21 to July 21. That's a month.
And then July 21 until August 21.
August 21, another month. So
okay, there are 2 months of summer then.
So I guess 2 months.
All right. Well, I don't know if we got it right, but we got something.
Something.
It's right.
We got the dates right.
Anyway, so I guess it's happy beginning of summer or almost beginning of summer. So
almost beginning of summer.
Lots going on right now though. And this weekend there's going to be a blitz for the people who are supposed to get their second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine.
Yeah. When are you due for your second one?
I'm due very soon.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that because it says 8 to 12 weeks, I think I'm probably in the 9-week span right now. So I'm hoping that means if there's a possibility and I can get it before, I'll just take it before.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm in that
sort of mindset as well.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if I can be protected faster, why not? Because you need the 2 doses to get protected, and I know that there are some people who are saying they're not going to go get the other one, and they're
what?
Yeah, I've heard it, and
So if you get the first one, why wouldn't you get the second one?
Because the side effects were so bad, and the people are scared of because it reacts to people in the same way COVID
it reacts differently, right?
In the same way COVID does, the vaccines also have a similar impact.
But I'm pretty sure the effect would be
worse if you. A friend of mine was telling me that today that he had I think it's a cousin who is a cousin. It doesn't matter. Who got the vaccine after COVID, had side effects, and said the side effects, bad as they were, are much better than the COVID that she got. So and then because you can catch COVID more than once, she still wants to protect herself because that's the smart thing to do. So I'm going to get it as soon as I can, and I encourage everyone who has a second dose appointment to honor, just take the appointment do the thing. And
Yeah. Oh, by the way, where are you today? You're
I'm at home.
oh, you're home. Okay,
I'm
okay.
at home today. I
Yeah.
was almost somewhere else. But I'm at home today.
What do you call it? Oh, you're set. So you're because I mean you change your set every week.
Changing my sex. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm home today. Who knows? Maybe sometime throughout the month, you know, vaccination check. We might actually be coming from different parts of another place outside of Jamaica. We'll see.
Okay then.
That would be fun.
Right. Right. Oh, want to say hi to Janet from London. She's watching. She's on.
Oh,
Hi. Thanks for
I'm here.
watching. All the way in London.
All the way in where?
In London.
Oh, London.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Janet Knight, welcome. Oh, okay. So Melissa,
Oh, right. You go ahead.
Melissa is giving us a lesson here. There are 4 seasons in the year, and each has 3 months. So summer has 3 months, which means it ends in September.
Okay.
I think you know what you and I talked about that last year when we did I Love Summer.
Yeah,
There was something
we
to
did
talk
What
summer.
summer? I think that's what, right.
Right. The What's on Summer, and I see I Love Summer is back
Mhm.
in terms of the campaign. So who knows what's in store for this summer? But yeah, we did that. We did talk about the fact that summer ends in September. That is probably why the whole thing seems so familiar to me. And Jovian Jones giving us additional lesson. Good evening, guys. I hear you guys talking about when summer starts and when it ends. Well, you did get this right, Giovanni.
I did. Starts in
Yeah,
June 21.
June 21 is the start of summer, and apparently it ends in September 21. So
Okay.
not only did we get like the confirmation from Melissa, we got the specific dates from Jovian. So now we know summer is June 21 to
So they
September.
were pretty much linking it to the fact that schools reopen August, September.
Right. So
Right.
in other words, people start back school in the summer.
In the summer.
They probably just don't realize because we say, "Oh, school is back, so
Mhm.
summer is done." But apparently, it isn't done.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
It is what it is. Yeah. It is
But
what
I don't know who said that. Where did they get their facts from? We should challenge that. The Sterling Gospel Music Award nominations are going to be announced. Love FM announces Father's Day advertising special. So if you have a business and you want to treat fathers, or if you have an event that's for fathers, etc., now is the time to get the word out. The Love FM advertising packages are there for you. And
Mhm.
Maverick City Music prepares for what? I guess you gotta check that out. And in Overdrive, it's all about the cannabis conversation. What's the Christian's view on marijuana? We want to hear your view on marijuana. This
Oh,
is
someone messaged me as well. Summer is September 21. Thanks, Kareem.
apparently we're stirring up something today. Good evening, everyone. Alvarine Ellison is here. Really Amoy. Okay, June 21 is the first day of summer. We missed that. Yes, Amoy.
We know that one. No worries. That one we know.
Hortense doesn't want you to talk too much about the hurricane. Talking about too much hurricane. And that was Janet. Good afternoon. Not easy. Oh, that was
too much hurricane. Well, we can't run from it. It's a season.
Can't run from him. Maybe it can run from us.
Let's see.
Maybe it can run from us. That would be great. Anyway, I'm going to come back and give you more information. This is Engage, your drive time entertainment choice, right here on the family station, Love 101.
Honor thy mother and thy father. You mean even when they have abused and abandoned me? Even when they don't love me? How do you honor parents who mistreat and ignore you? Join Pastor Hero Steve Blair and guests Pastor Dean Smith and Minister Valentine Rodney as they discuss part 2 of the topic, Thou Shalt Honor. On The Rock, Tuesday, June 8 at 10 a.m. right here on Love 101 FM, the family station.
When the father or even a father figure is missing, what happens to the home and the children? Who teaches the son how to be a man? How does a daughter know what to expect from a husband? This Monday, June 7, during Family Time, host Tamaya Wilson and guest Jason Downer and Roland Gale will discuss the missing father figure. That's Family Time, this and every Monday at 5:30 p.m. on the family station, Love 101.
it's time for the updates. Oh, I thought you were going to give me my music, man. Tune in tomorrow, Saturday, June 5. If you are, did it say time for the reveal of the nominees in all categories of the Sterling Gospel Music Awards? The live premiere is going to take place on the Sterling Gospel Music Awards Facebook page. Oh no, sorry, the YouTube channel at midday. So you got to be sure to tune into that at midday, because that means even if you're at the stadium trying to get your vaccine, you can tune in on the phone because there's Wi-Fi or data. Right, so be sure to. Love FM is having a 28% off discount special, advertiser specials on our social media platforms from June 7th to June 20. If you want to do that, you can email sales and marketing at love101.org and place your order. 28% discount, obviously, in honor of the 28th year of 28th anniversary of Love's service to the nation. Get yourself a 28% discount on your package. Check them out, sales and marketing at love101.org. And a screenshot of what seemed to be a Maverick Music subscription sign-up, the sign-up form, it became a center of Twitter debate recently when Twitter user at Transformed for More noticed the non-binary gender option available on the form, and so she tweeted. So Maverick City Music, MCM, did a collaboration with Elevation, and of course people love it, woman farm face palming. Well, if you sign up for MCM alerts, it asks your gender, asks your gender identity, and gives non-binary as an option. And then she goes on to say, y'all, please get this music out of your churches. Genesis 5:2 and Mark 10:6. I don't know, what does Genesis 5:2 and Mark 10:6 say? You know those scriptures?
No, I don't.
All right.
You have them?
I'm going to search for it in the meantime. But
Oh.
So one person responded and said, let's slow down and think. Right? This is what I am thinking too. Let's slow down and think.
Mhm.
Creating a welcoming worship space for those who identify as non-binary is not a bad thing. It's tactful, the person says. What are your thoughts?
I don't know what my thoughts are. I'm lost, to be honest.
You don't know what non-binary is?
I don't know what that.
You don't know what non-binary is?
So what are they trying to say though?
Well, I think the point is they're saying that if you're signing up, if you identify as a male or female or neither, you can.
Right, so non-binary. Isn't that a person who doesn't identify their sex,
Right. So you don't identify as male nor
male
female,
or female? Right, I get that.
or
Right,
man or woman, whichever term you want to use.
right.
Right. So that's the person's choice. Which
Well, Genesis 5:2 says, and this is the King James version: male and female created he them and blessed them and called their name Adam in the day they were created.
okay. And my AMPC version of Mark 10:6 says, but from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. Okay. And I see the person's point, except that God also gave them the choice to choose to follow what him say or not. So a person can sort of walk with the choice. Anyway, I am inclined to agree with the person who responded by saying it's a welcoming space, because however you identify yourself, Jesus is still interested in you, whether you want to say you're male, female, or non-binary, or whatever other things your creativity will allow you to settle on. Jesus is still interested. So to me, if you have some worship music that you want to share with all the world, share it with all the world. Welcome everybody. Let them feel like they have a place. Don't let them feel judged and condemned, or even if you disagree, because you don't have to agree. It doesn't even have to be about this that we don't have to have agreement. You don't have to agree with everything that people say and do, and there still should be access to Jesus through you, if that's your mission. That's how I feel about that.
Okay. And
Did
we
you say?
must have a log.
Yeah,
I said okay.
you're not even paying any attention to me. Anyway, thank you for reading the scripture. That was very nice of you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
I'm gonna. Do I go to my upcoming events now, or are you gonna?
Yes. No,
You
do
go.
that. No, go straight to the upcoming events.
In my upcoming events, Jermaine Gordon's Trade It All virtual live concert and after party happens on Friday, June 25. That's a little bit down. So you can start to plug that one in your calendar and make plans to be part of that experience. It's going to be on June 25, starting at 8 o'clock, with an encore performance on Sunday, the 27th at 3 p.m. So all the proceeds for that will go to the Inspiring Our Future 360-degree Children and Youth Initiative in JA. And it's hosted by Color Your Thoughts Media. Okay, interesting. 383-2358. Those are the numbers to call, or that is the number to call if you want to get some more information about this show. And I'll tell you also another event here. Women of a New Dimension Ministry hosts a women's conference titled Destiny Calls. This happens on Saturday, June 26th. That's the same weekend of Jermaine's thing. And that one's at 10 o'clock to 4. And it's on Zoom. Admission is only $10 US at 1200 Jamaican. Visit SpurOpen.com to register. And here's the other thing, bite-sized sessions. That's your thing, all things digital and social media for small businesses and brands. This is going to take place tomorrow and Sunday at 11. So that's June 5 and 6 from 11 to 1:30 each day. Admission is free. Is it?
It is free. They can register on Eventbrite. Yeah, so you
Oh, I
can
didn't know
also,
that.
yeah, so visit the Instagram page, Bite Size Sessions, and just click the link in the bio and you are good to go. So
All
it's
right.
tomorrow and Sunday, it's free. Let me tell you what's coming up. So we're talking about social media platforms in 2021, a bit of an overview, influencers and aligning them with your business, protecting your intellectual property. So that's day one. Day two, customer service, how to get it right online, TikTok as a platform for brand building, and email list building, key to business continuity. So that's Saturday and Sunday, 11 to 1:30 p.m. Yeah.
Yes, and you're going to be the moderator. I'm thinking, the time is rough though. The time is rough. Maybe
Sunday,
well, Sunday might be a little bit better,
hmm
but certainly tomorrow, the 11 o'clock time is going to be a little rough for me. But I'll see.
it promises to be really, really engaging and
Well,
young.
the topic sounds like, especially as you said, if you have a small business and you're looking to
Mhm.
learn more about how to make the digital world
Yeah.
work for your business, it sounds like a good hour and a half worth of conversation, 2 hours, 2.5 hours worth of conversation that is worth the time each day. So
Yeah.
if you can check it out, how you said people can register, go to Eventbrite to do
Right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Well, our weekend run, our upcoming event is sponsored by SpurOpen.com. SpurOpen.com is a Jamaican online platform designed to simplify online payments for charities, churches, event organizers, and micro business owners. To register your events, go to SpurOpen.com/events, then click the button that says Get Started Now. And to register, the registration is free, and your event doesn't even have to be a paid event for you to be on there. So get going with that. We have one more event coming up for you this week, and I'm going to tell you about it. It's very important. The Jamaican National Agency for Accreditation, JANAC, they're going to be joining the International Laboratory Accreditation Corporation and the International Accreditation Forum in celebrating World Accreditation Day on June 9. That's next week, Thursday, I think, or Wednesday.
Wednesday.
The global theme accreditation supporting the implementation and sustainable development goals is going to guide the activities of this year, and local celebrations will be held by JANAC and the Agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, and the only internationally recognized accreditation body in the English-speaking Caribbean. Each year on June 9, different events take place in over 90 countries across the world, highlighting how accreditation supports the delivery of improved regulatory frameworks, good governance, fair markets, effective procurement, and public confidence across economies. So we've got the CEO of JANAC, that's Shirley, Sharon May Shirley, the CEO of the
That's
Jamaican
right.
Agency for Accreditation. Welcome to the show. Thank you for taking the time to join us this evening.
Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me. Good afternoon, Jamaica.
Okay, so your work is very important work that seems almost like it's in the background. We don't necessarily notice what you're doing, but you're doing very important things. Who benefits from the work of JANAC, if you were to identify that?
So JANAC supports trade, JANAC supports consumer well-being, JANAC supports the economic growth and development of Jamaica. So we all benefit from JANAC services.
The whole country, eh?
Yes, all of us. From the man in the street to our pocketbooks.
There you go. How are your activities this year going to align with the Sustainable Development Goals?
Okay, so we started with an inaugural AccrediCast webinar that focused on how accreditation can impact the cannabis industry. And on World Accreditation Day, we will have another AccrediCast Quality Management Series webinar looking at climate change and how accreditation impacts the different sectors who are key to managing the risk associated with climate change. So we're looking at the impacts on regional economic growth and development of climate change. This webinar will have some distinguished panelists, of course, our Minister, the Honorable Audley Shaw, and we will also have remarks from the President of the International Laboratory Accreditation Corporation. We have a distinguished panel. Eleanor Jones from Environmental Solutions, renowned environmental practitioner, Anthony Mackenzie from NEPA, Christopher Corbin from UNEP, and Frank Comito, who is the CEO and director of the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association. So we'll be looking at all the factors and how accreditation fits in this model.
Okay. And so some of the other events are that the public can pay attention or even get involved with. Can you share?
We have a church service on Sunday at the Webster Memorial, and we will also have a training program geared towards the assessors and technical members of the community, that they can come and learn about accreditation and focus on some of the issues that will allow them to better implement the international standards in their organizations.
All right. And if people want some more information outside of our conversation right now, how can they connect with JANAC?
They can connect with us by visiting our social media pages, but they can also visit our website, www.janac.org. And we are also, the information is also, will be in the media. We are partnering with two media houses to have two publications. We will have one with the Gleaner on World Accreditation Day, and we will also have a supplement in the Observer, Jamaica Observer. So yes, the information is available on our website, on our social media platforms, and anyone can call JANAC 968-7790, and we will, of course, be willing to share the schedule of events with them.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all that you're doing, all that you have been doing in our country. And as I said, almost in the background, but very important to all of us. And we appreciate the work of JANAC. And it's janaac.org if you want to get more information. Thank you and all the best for your event this week, Miss Sharon May Shirley, the CEO of the Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation.
Thank you so much.
Right. And do I go off now, or do you go straight to the music, or you have a break?
I think let's take a break. Yeah, catch your breath, put some water in your mouth and come back, right?
The water is right beside me. I don't need to break.
Hold on.
All the young people, it's the play place to be. Every first Friday, it's a whole new ball game. It's Fellowship Friday's game show, the gospel way. Join in on the fun, the rhymes and rhythms, Bible brainer and more. Test your knowledge. Loads of fun, loads of laughs, and loads of moments that make you go, boy, the word of God, sweetie, man. Yes, all the young people, youth fellowships, and youth all. Call 968-9596 and register to be a part of Fellowship Friday's Game Show Night. Every first Friday, it's all here on the family station, Love 101.
Somebody just say, cover me.
Life comes at you fast and it can hit hard. Apply for the Credit Union Prepaid MasterCard from C&WJ with chip and PIN protection. Need a card with a personal line of credit for emergencies? We have that. Need a card you can use to shop online for that must-have item? We have that. The community and workers of Jamaica Prepaid MasterCard. All the convenience of a MasterCard. Discover the benefits of belonging.
Yo, my G.
Ah, you see my number?
Well, duh.
Nah, man, me just switch my number to Flow. And got 30 days of unlimited data to do everything plus a free LTE SIM.
30 days unlimited everything?
Yeah, man, plus
There's more?
after 30 days, I can activate any plan to continue enjoying unlimited YouTube, social, calls, and text to any network.
We need all of that too.
Yeah, you need to switch to Flow and keep your number. Visit your nearest Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Never would have made.
Yeah, well, you did.
Already, right. Oh, by the way, before you go on, let me just correct something that Mr. Shirley said. So the website is janac.gov.jm. Right, so janac.gov.jm, and they are asking folks to log on Wednesday between 12 and 2 for their discussion on climate change. All right, janac.gov.jm. Great.
Janac.gov.jm. All right, cool. You can check that one out. And you sure it's .gov.jm. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I have music, not a lot of music, but just like a handful of intimate picks. As for today, you continue to spend time in the presence of the Holy Spirit.
Road is long and heavy when it's dark and I can't see clearly. I will lift my eyes to the hills from whence my help cometh. My help comes from you.
My brother, Jabari Johnson.
So lead me on, lead me on, lead me to where I've never been before, a place I've never seen before. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. Father, carry me. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. Somebody say, when the road is long and heavy, when it's dark and I can't seem to find my way, come on and say, I will. The hill, come on, coming from been before, a place I've never seen before. When I come to somebody say, carry me, Father, I need you when I come to the end of myself. Father, 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 I know my help.
You're listening to Love 101 FM, a family station.
I'm still breathing, my heart is still beating. Yeah, you said I live, you said I live, still breathing, my heart is still beating. Yeah, you said I live. Somebody help me say, still breathing, yeah. Heart is still beating. You said I, and I believe it, yeah. Still breathing, heart is still beating. You said I live, I shall live and not die to declare your word. I shall live and not die to declare your word. I'm still breathing, my heart is still beating. Yeah, you said I live. Still breathing, my heart is still beating. Yeah, you said I live. You said I shall live. Yeah. And not die. Lord, I wanna declare your word. I shall live and not die.
Love 101 FM, a family station.
Many of our brothers and sisters lose hope when diagnosed with HIV. Some lose their will to continue being a part of society. Others are despaired by the challenges of keeping up with their treatment. We understand. But remember, people with HIV live normal and progressive lives every day. You can too if you get back on track with your HIV treatment. Live for you, live for someone, live for something.
Get back on track, get back to life.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Yes, this is IT, and finally, you're listening to me on Love FM. I am on Love FM. Hey, this is Calendar Show. Engage.
Send Judah first. Send Judah first. Hi, this is your boy Jai Kingston, and you're listening to Engage with my friend Calendar on Love 101.
I'm good to go. So yeah, recreational marijuana use has been decisively rejected by Christians because of its psychoactive properties and tendencies to perpetuate a lethargic and selfish lifestyle. Well, but as cannabis is increasingly being legalized for medical use, a new discussion is emerging within the church about whether or not under whether and under what circumstances the use could be appropriate. To help us today with the conversation, we've got Adenike Gordon, medical cannabis user. We've got Pastor Teddy Jones, public theologian, author, and life coach, and Elimaya Camille Walker, holistic naturotherapist. Did I say that right, Elimaya?
Naturotherapist.
Oh, naturotherapist. Naturotherapist. Okay. And welcome. Thank you for joining us. I know you are here, and the other folks are. Is Teddy with us? Are you hearing Teddy?
Not as yet. Soon.
Okay, well, we'll sort that through. And is it Adenike Gordon? Adenike? All right, well, Elimaya, then we'll start with you. Because it seems you're having some connecting with the other folks. Okay, tell me first, before we get into what you do and all of how that relates. Well, what are your thoughts on Christians using marijuana or cannabis, whichever word is
to say my thoughts, Christians, we're all human and we're in the world. We're just not we're not of the world. And there are principles that governs the way in which a Christian operates within standards that is in alignment with godly character, right? The plants are given for food and for healing, right? Healing is the children's bread. And we know in scripture it says he sent his word and healed their disease. Everything that was created is created with a purpose. When God created, he blessed, he looked, he said it's good, they got their purpose, they're doing their will. Now, where we cross the line in trying to say, is this right for Christians or not right, is we look at the preliminary of the corrupted. Remember, everything was pure before becoming corrupted. Right? Now, if we're using things per the intention of what they were created for, then by all means, we're living out
the purpose of that. Or purpose, right? Okay.
Right? It's when there are questions that we would have to ask, because each person have to work out their salvation through fear and trembling, and everyone's receive conviction per the level or the stage that they're in life, right? Here in Canada, they've legalized marijuana,
right?
And we are told in Romans 13 that there's no higher. Every authority is under one ruling. They have to come under the power of God. Right? So even though it's legalized, it doesn't give the premise to say, because it's legalized, I have to abide by the law of the land. Everything is subjected under the power of God.
Very cool. All right. So those are your opening thoughts on that. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Thank you. All right. I know we've got Pastor Teddy Jones and Adenike Gordon online. So I'm going to jump quickly to Teddy first and then get Adenike. Good afternoon. Well, good evening now, both, and welcome. Teddy, tell me what your thoughts are on marijuana use among Christians.
Hey, greetings, Calando, and greetings to everyone out there. All right, so marijuana use, are we talking marijuana use in general, or are we talking medicinal marijuana use? Just tell me exactly what I'm answering.
Well, you can answer anything you want, any part of it.
Okay, all right. So I take general marijuana. Let's start at general marijuana use. I concur with, didn't get the name, the sister who was speaking just a while ago. Right. That as a plant, it's part of the creation, it's created by God. The marijuana plant in particular, we are told, contains, I think, over 200, I don't remember the exact number, over 200 different chemical substances. The particular uses of some of them are still being explored, but increasingly, more and more medicinal benefits are being uncovered as they explore the different substances. Now, of course, there is one particular substance, the THC, that has been proven to have a lot of negative effects on the central nervous system. So with that one in particular, it means that wisdom would be required in how we utilize that particular plant. Now, the presence of a substance in a plant that has some negative effects certainly does not create an intrinsic evilness to the plant. And so I believe that where we can extract the chemicals and do the studies and the research for those that have the medicinal and multiple other uses, then in that regard, the plant is to be received, the plant is to be accepted and not to be demonized in the broad brush wholesome way in which it has been. I think it is particularly disingenuous the way in which a certain jurisdiction has conveniently been making great usages of the plant while at the same time continuing to classify it as a class 1 controlled substance, which puts developing countries at a significant disadvantage. So it's a plant made by God, and once it is used within the parameters of in a manner that is not going to be damaging to our bodies, the temple of God, then by all means, I see absolutely no basis on which we can put a Christian or a biblical sanction against the plant in a wholesale manner.
Okay, I'm going to go to Adeniki, but I want to come back and ask you a direct question about, based on the context you've just outlined for me, Teddy, about just Christians going into these herb bars and so on. All right. So, Adeniki, we described you in the opening as a medical cannabis user. What are you using it for?
Okay, good evening, first of all, Jamaica, and good evening to you. I am using the cannabis for my migraines. I take it for migraines. My internist, she prescribed it for me. Research has shown that it can be used for migraines. It can also be used for seizures and other diseases such as that. And I have benefited greatly from that actually.
How do you use it?
Okay, so I take it in the form of CBD oil, where I have droplets, and I take it and put about 5 to 6 droplets under my tongue. I can use it once or twice a day, and it helps with my sleep patterns. It helps with the migraines itself as well. And pardon me?
Yeah. Go on.
Right, and I usually feel more at peace with it, and I haven't felt as many migraines as well. So I definitely endorse it. And I agree with my other panelists as well who have been speaking to the form where they're saying that, yes, it's a plant made by God. And I don't think we should necessarily black box it, quote unquote, and say it's demonized where we can't use it, because I have definitely benefited from it.
Well, as a Christian, when you were first told that cannabis is what was going to be prescribed as clearly a condition that has some debilitating effects and cause you great discomfort in your regular life, what was your response to that as your remedy?
Well, I must admit, at first I was a little skeptical because, when everyone hears about marijuana, they're kind of thinking about, just about how everyone sees it as something being smoked and everything. But I did my personal research on it, especially from a medical aspect. And I am a medical student, so I did my research and looked into it. And it shows that it actually has great value into treating this. And I listened to the advice of my internist, and so I went on several websites just to see see what it would do to help me with it as well. And I said, okay, I should be able to give this thing a try. And it doesn't have in the actual THC that would give you the sense of high as what, everybody would be experiencing,
So you're not experiencing any highs as you are trying
No.
All right, Teddy, you raised a point earlier. Thanks, Adeniki. You raised a point earlier about not demonizing, or the fact that it should be free for use, and any Christian person can just make a wise decision about use. With the advent and the kind of increase in acceptance of cannabis, medical cannabis in Jamaica, as whether it be recreational or leisure activity, you have all these cannabis bars that have popped up, these locations where people can go online and they're actually ingesting or taking the cannabis in various forms.
Mm-hmm.
What is your thinking on Christians hanging out at a place like that?
All right, so recreational use is definitely falls into a different category. Because in terms of recreational use, the ingredients typically tend to be from the THC side of the plant, which has been proven to be addictive, which has been proven to possibly lead to all kinds of complications. So the negative stigma would certainly be attached to such venues, and so it is not something I would encourage.
You wouldn't encourage it. Elimaya, what's your take on Christians hanging out in spaces where, they don't have to be smoking it, but recreational use of marijuana is okay for Christians? Elimaya? You're muted.
Most definitely not. I would not recommend it. That's basically why are we doing it? Why is it? What's the purpose? Mm-hmm. Is the purpose to feel good, to feel high? Is the purpose to fill a void? Is the purpose to fit in? Is it edifying in the walk of the Christian? So it's a no. I definitely would say no. And as Teddy stated, it's the THC, which is the one that gets them high or hallucinate, right? Outside of themselves. They're no longer sober-minded. No longer, we're told to be sober-minded. As Christians, we have to be ready and alert because the enemy is prowling, right? Mm-hmm. At any chance. The THC level is something that is, if it's so much in the system, it is likened to someone who is drunk.
Right.
And we're also told not to indulge in drunkenness.
Right.
Right. So I definitely
would not recommend.
I would not recommend it at all. And smoking as well, no, because smoking is goes directly to the cranial brain, the nervous system, the cranial brain, as opposed that's the primary negative impact that it does.
Smoking at all is a terrible idea.
Because the secondary is the congestion of the lungs and all of that. Right. So it's a no.
Sorry.
Okay, but so is there any form of, as a natural therapist, quickly give us 20 seconds of what that is, and then answer the question: what kind of recreational use is there any recreational use that you would recommend for the plant that a Christian could safely be part of?
Okay.
Well, first, tell me what you do. What is your?
Okay, so I'm a holistic naturotherapist where I do healing through natural healing through herbs, plants that we're talking about now. Then mind awareness into thought, thinking, changing our mindset and thinking positively, balancing the nervous system and the meridian way. All of that, everything is naturally done medically. but outside of the traditional conventional medicine that is filled with chemicals and unpure or impure. We had someone who suffered from epilepsy, right? And to the point where this child was in complete pain, and without any, what they were giving him, he was hallucinating. And this child, was then prescribed the medical marijuana. It's not even supposed to be called marijuana. The cannabinoid, the cannabis. So the CBD, right? And this completely brings his asymptomatic and his symptomatic nerves to balance, and he was able to cope, right? And because they were telling him to take Tylenol, he was able to heal from that place, because he was having major heart dysfunction. Recreationally, it would be outside of an party who has the ability and the knowledge to administer it. Right. Recreationally, it's out of prescription. Recreationally, the persons can go and purchase it, not knowing what ingredient is included in it. Right. So there's no in or out of to say borderline recreation or not for Christians. It's just a no. Get prescribed, and because the main thing is we're speaking against healing. We need healing, right? So the whole preliminary or the goal is for healing, not for satisfaction, not for just to have a buzz or to hear.
Everything is about the buzz these days, Elimaya. I mean, and the Christians are getting caught up. So you're saying there is no place, based on your perspective of your type of work of using natural medicine and recognition of the scripture as a believer, there is no place for a Christian to be taking cannabis just to have a great time.
That's correct.
You would not recommend that?
I would not recommend it.
Well, Teddy, why do you think? Well, I mean, it's a little bit obvious. There are many things that the church rejects outright, especially even if it has good, even if there's good in it. If it's first introduced in a particular way, there's a rejection, and then there's never any. It's almost like there's never any acceptance. So you see it with dancehall music. Rejected if you try to do some dancehall gospel, never mind that it may be reaching some people who would generally listen to dancehall music, secular. If some Christian ones are done, they pay attention. People have come to know the Lord through that. The church generally rejects that. Right. So do we anticipate a different attitude toward cannabis? We're not now talking about something. We're not talking about recreation. We're talking about cannabis as medicinal.
Yes.
Yeah, what can we expect from the church in your perspective?
Yeah, I certainly think that with time, and I'm very pleased to hear of what Elder Mary is doing, because I believe that a lot of these things come from just sheer ignorance, Kalando, and they flourish in environments where the flock, the members of the congregation, are not encouraged to think. In environments where critical thinking is not encouraged, and it is actively discouraged. In environments where you have preachers and teachers who act as Lord and Master, but with greater access to information and with greater access to education, I believe that this too will get to a point where more and more persons will come to a point where you realize that there are so many other plants, there are so many other things. I think, for example, of antidotes for certain poisons that have been extracted from something as deadly as the venom of certain snakes and certain scorpions. The experts have been able to extract certain chemicals from those venoms, otherwise deadly, if stung by the snake or the scorpion, on its own deadly, but the experts have been able to identify and extract very, very useful chemicals in making antidotes to certain poisons, for example. So I think we really have to get to a point where we move away from the sweeping generalization and the narrow-mindedness that a lot of times we are rightly accused of as people of God. I don't think we do enough of worshiping God with all of our mind. When our minds are so closed and we seem to be prepared to just stick with one narrative, especially the old narrative, and not look at things in a dispassionate manner, allow the science to inform our decision, and allow the science to be subject to the Word of God. But I think there's a difference between being scripturally critical and a difference between just being
ignorant.
Ignorant, simplistic.
Well, you opened up something that unfortunately we can't dive into right now. The sort of strange relationship the church, and I suppose the church in Jamaica in particular, with how we're very traditional, the strange relationship we have with science and medicine.
Exactly.
But that's telling us maybe we'll have to invite back Elimaya and yourself, Teddy, and Adeniki to come and maybe have another conversation with us about how
let's do it.
Science.
Let's do it.
That's no problem.
And science and medicine and all these things. We
definitely. Just quick thing, because there are persons in my congregations who are suffering, especially because digestive tract is my specialty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're suffering like to near death, and they would never venture in my clinic because.
Right. Exactly. But as I'm saying, you have a very interesting perspective that I'd love to hear more about, Elimaya. So I'm tossing that one at my producer for us to have a conversation about the relationship the church has with science, which is probably part of the reason we're having with this vaccine thing. I'd love to have that conversation. But thank you very much, Elimaya Camille Walker, who is a holistic naturotherapist, for joining us. Public theologian, author, and life coach Pastor Teddy Jones was also with us, and Adeniki. And I know you didn't get a chance to give us more of your background, but your contribution was very meaningful. A medical cannabis user who's using it to treat her migraines, which seem like very terrible migraines, but clearly she's getting some relief, and we're thankful for that. Thank you all very much for joining us today. This quickly chat. As you know, the narrative about cannabis and its uses and church and so on continues to increase. We wanted to just make sure that we had some perspectives that people could add in the mix. That's where we say goodbye from another in the series Engage. It's your drive time lifestyle and entertainment choice right here on the Family Station. Comes your way every Friday at 5:30. Thanks to Amoy and Shivani for helping to take care of things on the other side of my screen, I guess. Not necessarily the microphone. No. What are you dancing for? What is it?
I'm saying bye.
You're playing music in your head. Well, that's a very lost in my head kind of music. Thank you to everybody who was on here. Marcia, Kiana, Carlene, Carmen, Janet, and so on. Thank you for your interactions and engagement. What's on for the weekend?
Bite Size Sessions is on this weekend.
Oh, right. Yeah. You have that Saturday and Sunday, so you're fully focused on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do like a whole health show thing tomorrow morning early.
What are you doing at health show? We're in health show.
Are they going to have fish? Like fish? I don't know if it's health show. Maybe it's just like beach early in the morning.
Oh, okay.
I want to take a drive out. I can tell you it's been a while since I've gone that far out. I mean, the farthest I go from my house is like Price Mart.
I can't
So I'm gonna do that. Just link up with a friend who is visiting from America, and haven't had a Lime like that.
Okay, cool, nice.
And then I might be at the stadium for the Blitz to see what's going on there. Try to get some
No, Amoy says in my backyard.
If somebody said they're going to be in the backyard,
Well, yeah, Amoy in the comments.
in her backyard, that's where she's going to be. Well, I'm going to try and get some rest though. I think I've gone 7 straight weeks of working every weekend, and my body is saying, "Watch out!" So I'm gonna take a little break.
Okay, good. Enjoy the weekend.
I'll do my best. You too.
Right.
If I can join on Sunday, I will.
Please. Thank you.
That was totally wicked! This message will self-destruct.
You may now